This is a tough one to make. I haven't really planned much of what I'm going to say, but I just thought I'd sit down, have a chat to you, and just explain what's been going on and what is going to be going on. I think I'll just start with what the original plan was for the car, why that is no longer now the plan, and what has changed. I've been umming and ahhing about what to do with the car for a while, and coming to the end of last year, 2019, I decided that what I was going to do is enjoy the car for the summer of 2020. So go to Japfest, go to other shows. We had another Scotland road trip planned, stuff like that. And then I was going to sell the car after summer and move on. But unfortunately, for reasons that I'm sure you're aware of, this little thing came along called coronavirus and just cancelled literally everything. So is that right? The year's pretty much a write-off. What I'll do now is I'll just postpone my plan a year. So I'd enjoy it next summer and then sell it at the end of that. So that's what we're going to be going for. I'm going to enjoy the car, go to shows obviously now next year, and then come at the end of summer 2021, sell the car and move on then. You may have seen in my last video, I teased that I had a couple turbos lying around and what I was planning on doing with them. Now I have those turbos because what I was going to do was go full twin turbo. That's a complete lie. One of them was my current turbo, the GT 2871. That had come off the car, and the other turbo was one which I required off my good pal Richard, which was a TD04 turbo. And because I decided that I was going to be keeping the car for another year, I thought what I wanted to do was go from the GT 2871 setup to a TD04 setup, because what I've heard on the streets is that the TD04 setup's a lot easier to live with, a lot more easily maintainable, a lot easier to work on if needs be, and that's what I wanted. I would have got a much more usable power band from the TD04 to the old setup, so I thought it'd have been a good move, considering that I was going to keep the car for another year. Why not? So it all came out to start the swap, but in an effort to save money, what I was going to do was, rather than buy a new manifold and downpipe for the TD04, I was just going to get my existing manifold and downpipe modified. But that required an exhaust shop. They're all shut. So when the progress on the turbo side came to a halt, I decided to clean up the engine bay a little bit, which is the past two videos that you've seen. It's looking really good, really impressed with it. However, it didn't take long for the idea of moving on and getting rid to pop back in my head, which made me think, if I was to keep it for another year, I'd just constantly be chasing this idea of not wanting it. Obviously I still want it, but there'd always be that thing in the back of my head that I wanted something else, if that makes sense. Like, I could spend some money on it, do a new mod, be happy for a couple of weeks, and then once that dies off, I'd want rid of it again. I already have had the idea of wanting to sell up and get something else for a while, so it'd just get worse over time, and I'd just end up hating the car, which I really don't want to do. This is why I've come to the decision that I am selling the car. The GT28 setup is going back in, and when my insurance is due, the car will be up for sale. Probably around mid-August, something like that. Feels weird. It feels weird to say it. And I know that I'm going to regret it, and I know that I'm going to miss it. And trust me, if it was possible to keep it and still move on to that next car, scratch that new car itch, with the 5 tucked up away in a garage, getting properly built, stripped right down, just completely going through it, then trust me, it would be happening. But it's just not possible. I don't have a garage, I don't even have a drive, and plus on the other side, it is a good chunk of change to put towards the next car. The car owes me a lot. I've put a lot of money into that car, which I am aware that you don't get back. You just don't. That's not why we do this. I might get about half back. But to be honest, I feel like I owe the car more than it owes me, in a weird way. As corny as it sounds, buying that car has changed my life. Like, it actually has. I've always been into cars for as long as I can remember, but that car got me into cars. I honestly do not know where my life would be at the minute if I did not buy that car. It got me working on cars, got me out and meeting like-minded people. Like, I've met good friends through that car, friends that I'll have for a long time. The trips that I've been in it, the memories that I've made in it, knowledge that I've gained from just owning it. YouTube wouldn't be a thing if it weren't for that car. Cars are special, and I don't care what anyone says. Like, oh, a car's just a car, it's just a bit of metal, just gets you from A to B. Nah, not having it. Cars are special, and that is one special car to me. And it's going to be a sad day when it goes. But we all have to move on one day. We have to keep moving. I obviously can't keep a Turbo MX-5 for the rest of my life, as much as I'd love to. If you have discovered this channel because of the MX-5, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching me break it, then fix it, then probably break it again, and then ruin it a bit more. I do really hope you stick around for what comes next. I have a few ideas in mind of what I want. It's going to be cool. I just thought I'd do a quick update on where I'm at and what's going on. It's been a while since I uploaded. This is why I've been thinking, I've been contemplating. It is what it is. we've got to move on one day. While I've got it, I'm not just going to let it sit there. I'm still going to do bits to it. Obviously, I need to finish off the engine bay. I need to get all the turbo back in. So there's still going to be MX-5 content before she goes. Yeah, she is going. Weird, isn't it? Right, I need to get going before I regret my decision. It's final. Oh. Cheers for watching. I'll see you at the next one. Sound.